many breaks you take. So if she takes a break every, 2 minutes, where she stops for 10 minutes and looks, that's part of it too. It's not like it's an uninterrupted walk. So what do we have from Rosie? We have a new stream from Rosie, but I have exposing Rosie. I have the history of Rosie. I have why was Rosie kicked out of the feeder community? Yes, indeed. So let me pull that up. This is actually from a reactor who I personally know indirectly. Some of you may know her as well. Even though I don't really want to endorse her, because I know that she'd had a falling out with a friend of mine, Skinny Queen. The reactor I'm talking about is BBW Veronica. She and Skinny Queen had a falling out in the past. I have no issue personally with Veronica, but because of that, I just choose to not interact with her, just out of respect to Skinny Queen. Yeah, I don't want to bring up any drama like that, but Veronica happens to have the tea on her channel. So that's why I'm covering Veronica tonight. So let me pull her up real quickly, because she herself is in the feeder community, or she was in the feeder community. I'm not sure the exact details, but she makes corn, and she had some of the same clients as Rosie, who also bought corn from her. So Veronica was there. She has firsthand experience of Rosie when she was involved in the corn community. So Veronica is able to give a firsthand account of that. So with that said, let's pull it up. And I'm going to post a link to this video if anybody wants to check it out. I'm not going to endorse Veronica's channel out of respect to Skinny Queen, but if somebody wants to check out the video, feel free to do so. All right. So let's check this out. Oh, in the interest of full disclosure, I was on a panel with Veronica like 2 or 3 times, but it was only for like a few minutes. Like I said, I just don't really know her at all, except for what I've heard. So I'm not going to say anything good or bad. Not here to talk about Veronica. I'm here to talk about Rosie. So let's stick with the subject. Okay, so let me. Okay, so Veronica here is responding to a clip of video Rosie made. I watched this earlier, so I'm going to be skipping around a little bit. I have some timestamps and notes of mine, so we're obviously not going to be watching all 3 hours. So in the beginning here, Rosie is responding to something, I guess something Veronica said. They've been having some back and forth. And so Veronica is going to be reviewing a video that Rosie made about her. So let's hear what Veronica has to say in response to Rosie's video. She's going to be pulling up some social media posts by Rosie. This video is from 4 months ago. So this is stuff that happened, I want to say, a year ago, as far as Rosie being kicked out of the feeder community, the corn community. Veronica is still in the corn community, so she is aware of everything that Rosie had done in the past in that community. So let me share the video and let's get started.
That I responded to was back in June. Rosie posted on...
And how's the volume? Is Veronica loud enough?
Tat's post. Tat wrote, "If you don't believe in feeder corn, here's a little clip for you. Foodie Beauty is catering to the feeders. By the looks of things, her YouTube is PG version of Cornhub. Like, who else do we know? She's using the channel for corn. I'll say the words again, corn."
Okay, so the context of this is in 2024, June 9th, Rosie, who had been in the feeder community prior to that date, criticized Foodie Beauty publicly for making feeder content. This is going to come full circle, so just see where this is going. We're going to see where this is all going to go back in a minute.
So Quirky chimes in and said,
great.
"I found her Wendy's video to be triggering of feederism stuff as someone who has left. I was so physically uncomfortable because I saw it in her face. I used to make it, and I don't think she's faking it. I think she was literally having sexual pleasure responses." That's not me, you guys. That's her.
So this is Rosie, June 9th, 2024, saying that Foodie's videos were triggering to her. Or no, Wendy's video was triggering to her. But she also said something about Foodie's videos as well.
That's her.
Oh, her Wendy's video. Okay, not a woman named Wendy. She means Foodie's video where she ate Wendy's. Sorry for the confusion. Foodie's video where she ate Wendy's was triggering a feederism to her as somebody who has left feederism. She didn't leave. She was kicked out. I was so physically uncomfortable because I saw it in her face. You make feeder content. You're making feeder content. Yesterday you made feeder content. Rosie is very hypocritical. And the more I learn, the more I see that. Let's continue.
Said that. Okay. So I responded to her. And this was before I knew who she was. I didn't, like, I knew who she was, but I didn't know who
This
she was.
is from
Not in the
over a
the
year ago that
content
Rosie posted
creator
this
side of
comment.
things on the YouTube.
2024.
So
Indeed,
I
Wookie.
responded to her and I said, I need you out here more telling these people what they're watching because they just keep saying I'm crazy or lying. It's so annoying. Maybe listen to those of us who have experience. If we say it's porn, it's probably porn.
So we got BBW Veronica here, somebody who certainly understands what qualifies as porn. She says she makes it herself, so she knows this stuff. And I don't say this in a negative way at all. This is how this is what she says. I'm respecting her opinion on this subject. So she's saying, hey, that's what it is. Rosie is saying that's what it is. Foodie is making feeder porn, whatever. If this video gets restricted, it is what it is. And let me also say that content warning, the content's going to get a little bit raunchy, but I don't think it's anything that would qualify as adults only. There's not going to be any actual nudity. There's not going to be any discussion of anything explicit. There may be some, a little bit of raunchy talk, but nothing too terrible.
Right? Like, I didn't realize who she was. And she says, oh, hey, aren't you the person who called out Foodie for having ties in the community? I'm very much out here saying these things, LOL. I very publicly left feederism and sex work last year. And the new pivot she had made recent is so ridiculous. She asked where my stuff was. I told her to go look on my whatever media. Okay, she says, to eating that fast food and getting off on filming fast food again for the first time in a long time. That video felt so intimate that I can't really watch it. She made me uncomfortable before and triggered me in my ED before. But that Wendy's video should be removed from YouTube. It's disturbing.
Rosie, this is barely a year ago. That video triggered me so much it should be removed from YouTube. Foodie eating and I'm not saying that Foodie's videos are not disgusting. They are disgusting. If they got removed, well, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I enjoy reacting to them. But if they got removed for being feeder content, hey, you know what? Probably for the best. And I would find something else to react to. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. But for Rosie to talk like this while she's now making her own feeder content is pretty disturbing. It's pretty hypocritical. That's what it is.
And it's absolutely a softcore feeder video. It infuriates me when people put this shit out and it's on YouTube instead of behind a paywall. Dude, this is all the shit I say. Like, it's just so funny to me. She's also an absolute idiot because she's making pennies by doing this shit on YouTube instead of pay-per-view. Really? Is that what she's doing?
Ban those mukbangs, dude.
Anyway, so then someone back here,
ban those mukbangs for everybody else. That's what it is. Rosie doesn't like all this competition. She doesn't like all these other women eating are triggering me because it makes me think that I won't be able to support myself.
Let's see. Is it in this one? was it now? God damn it. I gotta find it again. Where the fuck is it?
I gotta skip forward just a little bit.
I'll bet you $100 she'll be fatter in a year.
Okay.
So when I was on Twitter the other night and I was looking for this thread.
And this is a response to Rosie's comment, because Rosie said, currently 102 pounds down and made massive strides in my physical activity over the past month. And this other person responded, I bet you $100 she'll be fatter in a year.
Lord.
And Veronica said, psychic, LOL. Because Veronica is, Veronica's a troll. Love her or hate her, she's a troll. She'll admit it.
Too hard. She said, I'll bet you $100 she'll be fatter in a year. So when I was on Twitter the other night and I was looking for this thread because I am doing research to make a video, and I was high and I saw that and I could not resist. And so I just said, psychic.
We're covering we're exposing rather, Quirky Love Rosie, who is somebody who's actively making softcore feeder content. Turns out barely a year ago, she wanted Foodie banned for making softcore feeder content. So we're kind of exposing her past. Also, how she was actually kicked out of the feeder corn community. She didn't leave; she was kicked out. Turns out. So that's that's what we're covering now. Hopefully, you're having a great night.
Like, I don't know, whatever. I
You
wasn't really
Lisa.
trying to like stir the pot.
That's not true.
You know, it is what it is. So then she got real butthurt by that. Okay, let me check out. Hold on. I'm sure I'm missing chat right now. Up chronically ill, and you guys, half of us are chronically ill because
I gotta skip forward just a little bit.
So all of you are disabled now, you guys. Let's go get a couple girl. And I said,
so Rosie responded, getting all triggered when Veronica said she's psychic, that she's going to gain the weight back. Rosie responded with, this is fan behavior. Veronica got all offended.
I am a fan now, girl. I was just revisiting our first interaction, this post of us discussing Foodie's feeder porn on YouTube. So I'm legit curious, how is what you're doing now different? Mm-hmm. Do you not think having eating as 99% of your content is problematic? And her response was, fat people eating, oh, sorry.
A lot of it is. That's why I found this, actually. A lot of this is on the farms.
My response about being a fan is what prompted her the other day.
But they don't have this video clipped. I had to go through this and find these timestamps myself. But they do have a link to this video on there.
To talk about me, but without using my name, where she said that there's this crazy girl.
Just wait and see.
Saying crazy shit on Twitter, you know, because I'm crazy. I'm a stalker. So then the other night, after she did that and I did my live, I said, also, I am not stalking you, but I am weird, because she called me a weirdo. But I am weird, so I'll give you that. I'm just reacting to the content that you make publicly available on YouTube. Content that you and I both know for a fact is nothing but feeder porn. Go back and read our discussion in this thread. Straight hypocrisy. For real, for real. And she responded to that and said,
and now Rosie, with this complete straw man argument, where she claims that people are saying, oh, if any fat person eats, it's feed. No, Rosie, people aren't saying that. You're creating this fantasy of this because you're creating this straw man because you can't argue the reality.
Fat people eating on camera isn't feeder porn. You and I both know that you are miserable, stuck in the sex work world. When you don't want to be, you're projecting and you wish you could escape like I did. Have the day you deserve.
Rosie did not escape anything. Rosie was kicked out. She is still making feeder content. She was only kicked out of the professional feeder content production.
She feels so badass with that "have the day you deserve" thing. It's fucking hilarious. Okay. And I responded, "You're a delusional liar straight up. Just a 600-pound quirky girl eating 6,000 calories a day to an audience of people telling you you're pretty and totally not jacking off. What the fuck crack are you smoking?" So again, how is what you are doing different than Foodie taking donations to eat?
So Veronica, she is really 100% accurate with this. Veronica and I are on the same page. I agree with her 100%. This is what I've been saying myself for a while. So I'm pleased to see that Veronica and I are in agreement on this, considering she and I are probably, she and I are very different in a lot of ways. But the fact that we are 100% in agreement on this makes me feel that we're probably right. When two people who are very different are in agreement, they're probably on the right track.
Like, how is it different? How is it different? And
Welcome
her
in, Chevy
response
Silverado girl.
is
Good to see
this
ya.
live. So let's
See,
watch
I
the
didn't
rest
know
of
about
this
any of that,
live.
Elise. I'm relatively new to Rosie. Because for
No,
the interest of full disclosure, Rosie tried buddying up to Skinny Queen for a while. After she was kicked out of the feeder community, not everybody was aware of that. So she tried to do this thing where she wanted to become a part of Girl World, but she wanted to be known as the quote good girl. She was dieting and exercising, and she was not, exploiting her body, making feeder content. She was doing all of the quote right things. She wanted that attention because she could no longer be in the feeder community. But after a short while, she got exposed for continue being a hypocrite, and she's gone right back to doing what she's always done.
politics. Oh, I can't. I can do politics like 5 minutes at a time. Like, that's it. I can't. It's too much, too much. Yeah, she's doing the
Yes.
exact same thing as Foodie. And we watched that video the other day.
So let's fast forward to the part here where she talks about how Rosie was kicked out of the feeder community. So let me go to that part. That's up 43 something. So let me go forward to that.
Because she really does not consider this sex work. She just doesn't. Even though she knows it is. She 1000% knows it is. So
this part here, before we get to how she was kicked out, this is just another quote here talking about how Rosie, what she did back when she was in the feeder community. This is some more background.
she thinks she is so much better than us, of the girls out here making a living, doing shit, like shaking their ass. She's so much better than us. Totally.
Of course you're projecting. Of course you're jealous. I escaped. Dumb bitch.
Oh, wait, damn. Hold on.
More. Of course you're projecting. Of course you're jealous. I escaped. Dumb bitch.
She escaped, you guys. As she's stuffing her fucking face. She escaped. Like, I'm sorry. I have no words for that. Like, escaped? What did you escape? Like, you were skinnier
Yes.
when you were in the feederism
yes,
industry, were you not?
Veronica.
When you were making your porn, when you were going to see your clients, that was when you were skinnier.
She was smaller before she escaped.
I'm sorry, but there is no way. We compared the pictures today. You cannot tell me she is smaller now than she was 2 years ago. She's not. She is way bigger now than she was 2 years ago. She is a compulsive liar. I would love for her to just get on a scale just one time right now. Show it. Show what she's weighing. I'd love it.
That's the same claim she made about Foodie Beauty. Okay, and I had clients. I had a lot of them. I was good at what I did.
And
She had a lot of clients and she was good at what she did. So this is what I always was asking. Rosie, why did you leave the community if you, quote, were good at it? You, quote, enjoyed it. She said numerous times how much she enjoyed the actual sex that she was having. She said she liked it. She said she was making good money. So why did she leave it? She never has an explanation for why. Every time, oh, well, it was just terrible. It was terrible. I hated it. But every time you describe it, you say you had a good time. You said you enjoyed it. You said you were making money. You said you were good at it. Like every time she talks about it, it's in a positive way. And she is still making feeder content. So if she really hated it so much, why is she still doing it?
In your chat right now. Yeah.
I exploited my eating disorder.
Oh, the eating disorder you totally don't have right now.
None of this is news.
Oh no, she had clients,
Okay,
Andrea.
Jessica.
She was hoeing it up.
Hit
She
that
wasn't
thumbs
just
up first.
taking
Thank you.
pics.
It's like if you think just being fat and eating on camera is feederism, then your content is ass. There's so much more that goes. There's so much nuance, and that's why like when people
Yeah, there's so much nuance. We just don't understand that these sick, perverted people, men and women, want to watch Rosie eat herself to death and pleasure themselves at the same time. Those people are sick, but they exist. And why Rosie wants to insist that no, that's not true because of some distinction, some academic distinction that she makes. It's a distinction without a difference.
who don't understand the concept of feederism.
Yeah, we just don't
are trying to
understand
talk
it.
about
We're
like
not
they know
smart
shit.
enough.
And I'm not speaking about Veronica. I mean in general, like in the reaction content world, right?
See,
It's
do you
annoying.
catch that? She was about to try to say that I don't know shit about feederism because I really don't. I just know basic shit, right? Because I'm not a feedie. I will say
Rosie says that we don't understand feederism. Veronica works in the porn. She makes porn. She works in the porn community. She's been doing this for a long time, and she knew about Rosie back when she was doing this originally. She has some of the same clients that Rosie had. She herself says so. So how the heck does she not understand what is and what is not feederism? If Rosie wants to say that I don't understand what feederism is, fine. Maybe I don't. I know that what she's doing is feederism, but maybe I don't understand it exactly. I'll concede that. I'm not an expert on that stuff. But is she really going to say that Veronica also doesn't understand it? That she knows this stuff so much better than everybody? Even Veronica? Huh?
say it 1,000
Full of
times.
crap, Rosie.
I'm not a feedie. She is. I'm not. So, you know.
No
she's
worries,
right.
Chevy
I
Silverado
don't-
girl.
I don't
That's
know
what
the,
replays are for.
the nuances like she does. I don't live that lifestyle. Never. It was a job. It's always a job. Period.
Agreed.
Yeah, she's put a lot of emphasis on being under 500 because she doesn't want to be considered bigger than Amberlynn. I know this for a fact, but you know she is. She is at least 550. There is no way. No way.
Agreed. She's got to be over 550 at this point. They were at one point.
Me
Or
coming on camera.
they were, in a sense, they were coworkers. They worked with the same people, but not at the exact same time.
Like if my mom were to come home with that Panda Express and I were to make a big plate of Chinese food and eat it on camera, now we can have a conversation.
Bullshit.
I personally don't do that shit.
Bullshit.
So if she eats a big plate of Chinese food on camera, that's feederism. If she eats 30 ounces of steak and 3 sweet potatoes soaked in butter, that's not feederism. See, we're not smart enough to understand that.
I purposely don't do that shit because that is feeder fodder.
What was today?
I mean, that's the thing, Dark Salmon. Like,
Dark salmon fucking
making
bitch.
feederism content was addicting and exhilarating
And you're
so
doing it-
fun. Like, what?
It was exciting and exhilarating and so fun. So Rosie, again, this raises the question. So why did you not leave? So why did you leave? Why did you leave it if it was exhilarating and fun for you? Oh, wait a minute, you never actually left. But why do you claim you left, rather? That's maybe the question I should phrase. Why do you claim you left feederism, Rosie? She never has an explanation. She just says, oh, I left it because it was bad for me. But you said you enjoyed it and you loved it. And it was everything you say about it is positive. I can't understand why you would quit something that you can only describe in positive terms.
What do you mean? I get to just do something that I love to do, even if it's self-destructive and fucking killing me. And not only do I get to be told how pretty I am while I do it, I get to get paid for it. Like, that's why for so long I was like,
See, she quoted my little getting told that she's pretty line because that's what she loves. That's what she loves. She loves these guys coming in and saying, "You're so pretty." Because when you're working as a cam girl, that's what they do all goddamn day. You sit there on cam and they're like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Show me your tits." Right? Like, I don't know why she thinks it's real. She thinks it's real. She thinks these men really like her, you know? Like, she's a trip. Oh, she's always queer baiting. Completely.
All right, so I'm going to skip forward again.
Yeah, I'm gonna just put that up because legitimately, what lifestyle? See, that's the thing. So
There we go. Yeah, this is a comment from somebody in the chat here. Says she wants to find a way to combine lifestyle comments and eating on camera, but it's not feederism. Well, where's the line between these things? Exactly. It's a distinction without a difference. So let's fast forward a little bit to the next segment here, which I want to cover.
to piss off every fat hoe in America. For real. Like I would pay money to find a fat hoe who actually still likes Rosie.
There you go. From in her own words. Let's hear that again, because that is she has a way of putting that I don't think many other people could do.
Okay. For real. Like I would pay money to find a fat hoe who actually still likes Rosie.
There you go.
Because you don't do people like that. Like, so she made content with a woman. Her name is Ivy, and she is kind of an idol of mine because
This is what led to Rosie being kicked out. And like Elizu said earlier, it involved Rosie posing with a cane that belonged to somebody else and pretending to be disabled. That person whose cane it was a little bit offended and kind of called Rosie out. And in response, Rosie had a meltdown and attacked everybody and got her, and people would just cut ties with her because she was so crazy they didn't want to deal with her anymore.
she is a big woman and she owns a production company.
She
And
lost
she
them all.
makes
She used to
fat
have some
porn
here.
in Florida. She's got the fucking market covered. Like it's to me, it's fucking beautiful. It's like that is empowerment to me. Okay. Like you can talk shit about feeder porn, whatever. Yeah, I love Ivy. I respect the fuck out of that woman. And what Rosie did to her was real bad. Real bad. She threatened to take her to court, forced her to take down all of her content that she had been paid to make. She ripped her off. She fucked them over. She lied about them. She tried to smear their name. She doxed Rain, her family. Like, people don't realize how fucked up her history is. And
Do you hear that, folks? So apparently that's a summary of what got her kicked out of the feeder corn community. Apparently there's other stuff as well, but that's kind of just a quick rundown. Let's let her say that again. So she basically antagonized, attacked, and harassed this woman who in the past she had been friendly with, who in the past she had worked for. In the past, this woman, Ivy, in the picture here, had financially supported or had employed her and financially compensated her. And in return, Rosie did everything she could to harass that woman. Let's let Veronica describe it once more.
was real bad out of that woman. And what Rosie did to her was real bad. Real bad. She threatened to take her to court, forced her to take down all of her content that she had been paid to make. She ripped her off. She fucked them over. She lied about them. She tried to smear their name. She doxed Rain, her family. Like, people don't realize how fucked up her history is. And like Cam knows that this shit's been going on. And but I
protein
didn't,
bars.
So this is the whole thing. Like, this was purely, I got into Rosie purely two separate things. There was two separate situations. Like, it was so weird because like I knew about the whole Rain and Ivy, that whole thing. I knew all about that. But then when she said that shit about Foodie, I didn't know who she was. And I went to Discord and I was like, who is this chick? And that's when I learned about her. Because like I knew about it from a different angle. Like, does that make sense? Yeah. She started fresh in Girl World, and fuck her. She is a piece of shit. And I'm seriously, I'm trying to be nice about this. But she really fucked them people over. And what made it so much worse was, it wasn't that she just fucked them over. It's the fucking press tour she went on. She
Yep.
went.
Yeah, according to Veronica, Rosie didn't just screw this lady over, but then she also publicly tried to screw her over again. Tried to tarnish her name, her reputation.
Everywhere to lie about these people. For what? To be a cunt. There is no reason for it.
Yep. It's one thing to have a dispute over business and to have a dispute over some money, and that's that can happen. But then afterward, to just personally attack her and to attack her family as well. Yes, Rosie, the one who constantly talks about how protecting kids is so important to me. That's a big deal to me. I can't even go live if my niece is in the same city because I care so much about children. Apparently, she had no problem doxing this lady's kids.
Like, there are, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain, like, in
She was
the adult
groomed
industry
into, right?
world,
Come
in
on.
escorting, the sex work, there is a level of trust you have to have with people. And she went so above and beyond into the most disgusting lies.
Oh,
for
that's a good
nothing.
question.
For nothing. Just to play.
What do I think? I don't know enough to say for sure. But I'm questioning if they're going to stay broken up for long. I mean, where else is Natter going to go? They've been together for so long. I just can't imagine them being apart. But anything's possible. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'll give it some time, but I think they're going to get back together.
The fucking victim. Exactly, Nikki. The fucking victim tour. She
Exactly.
turned her victimizing them into her entire persona of them victimizing her. She just turned it around and fucking just became a whole new person. And it's impossible to like explain. It's fucking weird as shit. Because everything that she
But
does
protecting
is a
kids
lie.
is so
Everything
important.
she says.
She makes content that is softcore feeder content. I'm not going to call it softcore porn because it's not quite up to that level, but it's certainly something. It's inappropriate. It's very inappropriate content. She talks about graphic subjects, uses a lot of profanity, speaks obscenely, and will never restrict her content in any way. But then she has a little post in the chat saying 18 plus only. So she acknowledges that her content is inappropriate for children in her own mind. It's inappropriate, but she will not stop children from seeing content she thinks is inappropriate for them, despite her saying that she has a strong need to protect kids.
Is a lie, a manipulation. Even this right here. She talked about me because she knew that I would make this live to get more attention. It's all manipulation. Don't think I'm fooled, you guys. Trust, okay? This is her reality. She is trying so hard to get fucking famous.
And yes, Nutty, it's hilarious. He broke up with her basically the day after they closed the border in Syria.
This is where we're at. Like, and I'm not being dramatic. This is like her dream. She loves this shit. So I'm playing along because I'm
going to fast forward to the next clip at 142.
Anybody's new. Because fuck it. She's a piece of shit and I can prove it. It's just disgusting. Like, I can show a diagram or something, but it's nasty. It just the thought of it grosses me out. So anyway, back to Rain. Oh, hang on.
And here's a link to Veronica's vid.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to give a quick update about what's going on with the whole situation of.
And this woman here is the one that Veronica was mentioning earlier. This one in the picture is Rain. That is the woman that Rosie worked for at one point. Rosie reneged on her deal, demanded she be repaid. Oh, let me explain what happened because I don't know if Veronica explains the details. Rain paid Rosie to produce some pornography. Rosie produced the pornography with Rain's help. She did the video. I think Rain recorded it at her studio. Then Rosie, after they had that falling out, Rosie said, you got to take down all my porn videos. I don't want those videos to be up anymore. Take them down. Well, she was already paid to make those videos. Apparently, Rain, being a nice person or maybe just not wanting to deal with Rosie anymore, had enough and said, fine, I'll take the videos down. Rosie never repaid any of the money she received for them. So that's already pretty crappy, right? Like if she wanted her to take down the videos, she could have repaid the money she was given for them, at least. But after that, Rosie then went on to dox this woman. We'll let her describe it.
Frustration at hand. Hi everybody.
I'm gonna go
So I
pee.
just wanted to give a quick update about what's going on. In the last 24 hours,
Wear camouflage and
Rosie
jump in
Jane
down
has
from a
taken
helicopter.
to two different 18-plus platforms. One being a community that we're both part of, a forum that we're both part of. The other being her Not Safe for Work Twitter. And on both of those platforms, she has mentioned my children.
What was that? Mention children, but no, protecting kids is a poor. Minors on the internet. That's a big no-no for me. I can't stand when minors are on the internet. That really upsets me. What was that you did, Rosie?
The other being her Not Safe for Work Twitter. And on both of those platforms, she has mentioned my children.
Mentioned somebody else's children on her porn distribution platform. And she doesn't like having minors on the internet, huh?
She also made thank you, Angela. She also made a post on the 18-plus platform where she said something about me accusing her of doxing when she had shared a censored picture. So for everyone who doesn't know what happened, there's a couple of updates. She's continuing her attack on me across multiple platforms. On this platform, she said that I was accusing her of doxing when she had posted a censored photo. What it was is she took a screenshot from my Facebook, stating that I was thanking her for a gift she gave me back in November for my birthday. I guess to prove we were once friends. I don't know. It was rather silly since I've actually already thanked her for that on multiple platforms several months ago when it happened. But when she took that screenshot from my private Facebook, she did put a line through my name. However, the line
You're a
was
liar,
opaque,
Rosie. You're a
and
liar.
People began to find me on Facebook. So that is doxing. Maybe she didn't intend to do it. I don't doubt that. What I do think happened is that she is so angry and she's unraveling and attacking me so hard that she wasn't paying attention to what she was doing. And she said at one point in this, when she was issuing out a lot of threats, that, well, I've got to figure out what my next step is going to be. And she keeps saying things like that, And then she was like, I don't want to ring any bells that I can't unring. But at this point she has, because she's doxed me. Whether it was intentional or not, she still did. And she's misgendered me. She's misgendered my son. She's brought my kids into this. And she's posted about my children on two 18-plus platforms.
Thank you for being a member and being a big
Not okay.
deal.
Yeah, this is a reaction in a reaction. So that's I think this is somebody else's channel with this cat. So you're gonna hear the cat talking just a little bit. Don't worry, just forget about it.
Since this all started, it really does say what kind of person she is. I'm actually surprised. A couple weeks ago when I broke off our friendship, I knew that being around her was affecting my mental health in a negative way, but I still thought she was a good person. I told her as much when I broke off the friendship. I did call her.
So apparently Rain said to Rosie, hey, if you want to, I don't want to deal with you anymore. It's too much stress, but I don't have a problem with you. I still think you're an okay person. Let's just agree to keep some space. And Rosie decided to attack her after that.
Out about one thing on Twitter that I thought was questionable. I don't even care about that anymore. It's really gone so far beyond that at this point. She is the one who has brought this to multiple platforms. I'm okay. She has brought this to multiple platforms. I never responded on Instagram until she brought it to Instagram. And in my response, I've genuinely just been asking her to stop harassing me, stop bringing my children into this. It's inappropriate. Stop harassing me. I really haven't. Thank you. Yummy. I want some pizza. I really haven't attacked her. I don't feel mostly what I'm talking about is the behavior that she's distributing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe
kind of weaving a web of lies. And when even in her post on this forum that we're both in, the post said, and I did take screenshots, it's been removed now by the group who runs the forum, by the admin, because it was harassment. It was breaking their policies of harassment. Yeah.
For anybody just coming in, this woman here is the one who Rosie worked for, making feeder a porn, and they had a falling out. We're going to hear exactly what began the falling out, but what finished the falling out is Rosie essentially harassing this woman. And that's why Rosie was ejected from the feeder porn community. She didn't escape. She wasn't groomed. She loved every minute of it. In her own words, she says she loved it. And she left. She never explained why she left. The only people who explained why she left are the people who kicked her out.
I really hope so. She is doing it to get a reaction, and
She was harassing her on
understand what you're
Phoebe.
saying, and don't give her one, but I'm being harassed. I'm being harassed.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead just a little bit more. We're going to skip ahead to the next part here because this video is a pretty long one. Let me skip to the next part of her video.
Because that is out of bounds.
I don't think
And,
so. I feel like I'm
About Rosie's adult career.
model. She models for some plus size clothing companies.
I'm just super confused about Rosie's adult career.
Here, Veronica now gives us some details of what Rosie did back when she was doing the feeder content.
Like, the way she talks sometimes is like it lasted for years. But I thought the only
Bludger.
people she really worked with was
Darn
like
right.
Rain and their group of people. So I was just very confused about all of it. Like, I guess she had her other stuff, a different place, or she was an escort. I'm assuming she was an escort if you want to get technical.
So Rosie was escorting. Anybody not familiar with the term? That's basically just it's like a more, I guess you'd call it like high class form of prostitution, where you arrange a meeting instead of just finding somebody randomly on a street corner. You're like a call girl kind of thing.
I mean, I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just saying she talks about meetups a lot. So, feederism meetups.
And she also said she went to all kinds of, quote, sex parties where she would have sex with a bunch of random anonymous men and women. And they would just assemble in groups in various rooms of the house, and they would have random sex together. And she said she only quit doing it when she learned that the people the rooms they were using were actually the children's rooms of the children that lived there during the day, and they would go to stay someplace else when they would use the house as an orgy house. That's right. Rosie was participating in orgies regularly as part of the feeder community. That was the work that she loved doing so much. Although she said she didn't really make a lot of money doing it. She mostly just did it for fun.
Same thing. Yeah, I haven't seen.
And
much
she
of
said
it.
that part of the reason she quit doing the orgies is because of the disgusting stuff that would happen. Like she said, there was one guy who would. I'm not even gonna say what he did. I can't think of a way to say it that's not incredibly disgusting. He wanted to bat second for every single for every single person there.
Anything. I've seen a bunch of pictures on Instagram, like she was trying to be a Instagram thought or whatever. I can't imagine she got paid for that much. I'm just very confused about her history. If you want
The
to get
sex
technical,
house or the
because
oh, where she lives,
why
you mean?
like I watched passively in the beginning, and I wish I had saved stuff because now I can't
To go
I don't-
eat?
I have to start all over again. So we're gonna just do it on here.
I'm just gonna leave that alone, Fiona's mom. You know what? If what I said is unclear, it's for the best. I'm just gonna leave it alone because I don't even want to describe it. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, I know
It's too
she
disgusting.
did swingers. That's what I'm saying. So the way she talks about feederism, again, it's a different, I guess it's a different way of looking at it because I look at it from a work perspective. She looks at it from a life perspective. She did it for free. She does this, I mean, she do this for free. She is doing this for free. Like it's her thing. It's so bizarre.
She
Like,
might try to eat it.
I can't understand it at all. And really, she would make more money doing it in the adult world on her own away from YouTube. Like she cannot be making that much per live to make it worth gaining 100 pounds in 8 months. Like it's not even a joke.
Yeah, keep in mind, she was a lot thinner before she escaped the feeder community. So, I mean, apparently escaping the feeder community causes people to put on weight.
Yeah. It's just interesting. I don't want to see her OF. I'm good. I'm good. Everyone has their own style, you know. She had customers. That's all that matters. We're good. I don't need. I've seen the cake. The cake is enough for me.
All right, so we're gonna fast forward to the final portion of this video.
To start a war, everything that I've said at this point
And
has only
literally
been
to this day,
responsive
she's
to
still
the
not
lies
past
that
it.
she has been saying about me.
She still lies about it.
She has done this to a lot of people.
She escaped feederism.
Well, that's
you
pretty
guys.
horrible.
She
I wasn't
escaped.
aware of that, and I certainly wish I had been because this is not. You know, when I decided to no longer be friends with Rosie a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, it was
So now we're
because
finally gonna get the rest of the breakup story while Rain and Rosie fell out.
I genuinely still thought that she was a very good person at that time. And I just felt like she's a bit immature and emotionally.
I want to know how much money she
Maybe,
lost by
and
not being
I
able to
just
sell
felt
the
like
products
it
that she paid her
wasn't
to make.
in my best interest to stay friends, which is why I really
And how does
did
she
try
feel
to end the
about
friendship
her going
amicably.
around the internet calling her a fucking groomer? I'm sorry, but that's
Yeah, Rosie, I guess Rosie is claiming that this woman here is the one who groomed her into feederism. Because if this is the woman who hired her to make the feeder videos, well, then who else, right? She claims she was groomed into it. Well, who groomed you, Rosie? Was it this woman here? Because it sounds like you and her had a good relationship. You weren't groomed into a darn thing.
fuck shit.
Thank you, Tyler. Or sorry, thank you. That's my son speaking out, and
She's so much better than these other
what I'm
women
saying,
because
that's
she
why I haven't
escaped
messaged
feederism.
I
I'm
really
sure I
unlike
can message
that.
her on
him to be
Instagram,
involved in any of this.
Twitter.
These women are trapped in feederism. They wish they could be like her. According to Rosie, these women hate their lives because they're stuck in the sex work industry, whereas Rosie has escaped and she's living her life that she wants to. I'm not here to argue about the merits or the problems with doing this kind of work. That's a whole different subject, and there's certainly a lot that can be said. But for the purposes of right now, Rosie's being a hypocrite.
I just don't
that
want to
wasn't
traumatize
really-
her. I mean, I guess we know what she did. I just had questions if she feels
She
like
misgendered
sharing
you
at
on her
some point.
stories.
To be fair, this woman Rain kind of, I mean, if you watch the full thing, you'll be able to hear Rain's full video, but I'm kind of skipping through, so you miss a little bit of it. But Rain is a little bit repetitive. So even though it's a 3-hour video, I'm kind of, the parts I've shown you are like pretty much everything there is to see. But if you really want to see like every little detail. I have put a link to Veronica's video in the chat, and if you watch the full thing, you'll be able to see the little bits that you kind of missed here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She
So
also
even if
misgendered
you
me on her
take
stories.
out,
The thing is that she's
hold
just
on.
spiraling.
We'll finish this. It's almost over.
She's spiraling at this point, and she's really grasping at straws. Now she's
It's
not
like 5
only
minutes.
attacking me, but she's bringing my kids
So it was an online.
Stalker.
setting.
I'm like,
and,
how am I a stalker? I'm
yeah,
literally just, I'm just reporting the news.
Yeah.
I'm not a stalker.
to protect a minor. She sure can't keep my name out of her mouth. Does she say your name too? Yeah, this is really.
Well, I don't remember exactly where it was, but there was something about the cane. Where'd the picture with the cane go? But Elizu mentioned it. We're running a little low on time, but there was a picture with a cane, and that was what caused the falling out originally. But that was this woman's cane that Rosie was using in the picture, and this woman called her out for being a fake and saying, hey, Rosie, you don't really use a cane, so why the heck are you using one in this picture? It's fake. It's not cool. I don't appreciate you pretending to be disabled for attention, for clout, for whatever. So anyway, I think we're going to end it with that. So everybody, I hope you've had a great night. That is the exposure of Rosie. That is the truth about Rosie. We also were able to learn the truth of Glitter and Laser's, what do you call her health, her calves that almost exploded on the trail today. So let me put on a little bit of music. And I'm going to say goodnight to you folks. I've had a wonderful time tonight. So I hope you folks have had a great night as well. But I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Ugh. That sounds disgusting. That is typical Rosie. You're very welcome, Ed and V. You're very welcome, Andrea. I would love to stream longer, but I'm just too tired. I feel like I'm ready to pass out. Good night, Tucker and friends. Good night, good night. Yes, please, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. Good night, Capricorn. See you next time.